Two, one, and start. Okay, so this is going to be a quick little tidbit on augments. I actually want to go over to the vocation guild. So right now I'm playing a
Friend,
warfare.
follow me.
Honestly, you
I know the
should
way,
be
so there's
playing
no chance that
warfare
I'll get it wrong.
unless you need your finishing skill, your class maester skill. The reason is because when you're playing Warfare, you level up all your other vocations at the same time. They're leveling slowly compared to your Warfare, but they are leveling. So you're getting a lot of stuff done at the same
Boy,
time.
looking to
All right,
grow, need
so
to
we're going to go over
overthink it. You can change.
these augments per vocation. So for Warfare itself, I just use the best in the game because you can do anything. So therefore, these are just going to be the best. So constancy is one that you get from sorcerer, around level 6 or 5. It augments your knockdown resistance, and it does so. By the way, I'm going to be quoting numbers from Extra Life. If they're wrong, so be it. But I'm going to give them the benefit of the doubt here. Increases your knockdown resistance by 30%. Okay, huge number. Dominance increases your knockdown power. That's coming from warrior. That's coming from later in the warrior. So level 8, and that augments your knockdown power by 15%. Again, why am I not using Verve or Sagacity? You're going to understand in a minute. But knockdown power is huge in this game. Being able to progress your enemy from one stage of the knockdown tree to the next, whether it's staggering them or off balancing them or putting them on their knees or actually knocking them out and head on the ground. Being able to get to the next stage of that is huge for dealing damage. Dynamism. Um, Basically, it's I think they used to call it leg strength in the previous game. It basically decreases the or increases your movement speed and decreases the amount of stamina you use. So if you're light, it acts like you're very light. If you're average, it acts like you're light. If you're heavy, it acts like you're average. Such a huge difference, you could feel it. So always, and this is at rank 9 of Warfare, so it's going to be a long time before you're able to unlock this. Normally, you would unlock this in like post game because by the time you get Warfare, you've already almost beaten the main storyline. Polarity, Mystic Knight, or excuse me, Mystic Spearhand. This is at rank 6. So, and it increases your strength by 5% during the day and your magic by 5% at night. Um, Huge. Not huge compared to Dragon's Dogma 1, where you got 20%, and then you can stack that with 10% and another 20. You can get up to 80% very quickly. This is only 5%, but when you see some of the numbers for the other stuff like Verve, you're going to understand why you would go with this over Verve. Also, I do like that the magic comes at night because a lot of stuff that's weak to magic or resistant to physical, like ghosts and zombies, those only come out at night for the most part. So those, having the magic at night makes good sense. Veracity. Recovers small amount of stamina when you deliver a killing blow to a target. It's just great for skills that eat up your stamina. If you're playing with a warhammer, a great sword, Medusa's bow, um, sorcerer skills in general, veracity is huge. That's going to come from your magic archer, and that's going to come at rank 4. So it's a very small amount of investment into magic archer, which is great because magic archer comes extremely late in the game. So getting that kind of early is nice. And then prolificity, uh, that's for hunting down items. You're almost always hunting items in this game for like materials and stuff to upgrade your weapons. This one's going to come from Magic Archer rank 6, so you're going to invest a little bit more. If you want to use something else, there are other skills you can use. Like Metal is pretty okay. That's a 30% defense boost, which is again absolutely massive compared to some of the other stuff that you can use. You also have Heterotropism from Mage, which I haven't unlocked because I don't use it. Um, I've never used Mage at all. Um, but that's pretty much some of the bigger stuff that you're going to look for is the defensive boost. Uh, there's also for your pawns. ones here. Ascendancy or sustainment. I like ascendancy because killing things faster is usually the right answer. So ascendancy for your pawns is great. Um, and speaking of, the very next video that comes after this is going to be, so you can put that over prolificity if you want to make your pawns hit a little harder. Um, and again, these are just suggestions. So before I talk about my next video, let's talk about verve and sagacity. So verve and sagacity add a flat 30 magic. 30 magic, not 30% magic. 30 magic.
On a whim.
All right.
Many thanks.
So let's do some numbers right here. I have not beat the dragon yet, so I have pre-in-game weapons. Cyclopean Thunder. This is a magic weapon. 754 strength. All right, so let's figure out what percentage of. Let's figure out what percentage of that 30 strength is. So it's a factor of 20. It's 4%. 4%. So you can already see, and it's less than 4% actually. It's a little less than 4%. So you can see just by having, and this is not a very strong weapon, by the way. This is Dragon Forged and all that good stuff. I'm using it for a high knockdown power because it has the highest knockdown power before you get to end game. But you can see that it's even before in game, it's already getting outworked by polarity because polarity gives you 5%, right? I look at my Dead Ringer. It's going to be even worse because Dead Ringer actually has good damage on it, and I haven't Dragon Forged it yet. So that's what I'm really coming across for. Anatheme is just a free staff that you get from the tower. That's why I'm using it. And also my magic score is going to be pretty bad because I was warrior the entire playthrough. So in this case, sagacity might make good sense over polarity, especially since I like to travel during the daytime. So if you want to use sagacity over polarity early in the game, and that's where these skills really matter. Verve early in the game, sagacity early in the game. But once you start getting into in-game territory, both of those are going to fall off the cart compared to polarity. And honestly, you shouldn't be that scared to run around at night later on because you're going to be a lot stronger. All right, so speaking of setup, this is my pre-in-game setup. I'm just going to talk about it. I'm running a mobility build, so I have the running skill with warrior. I have a staff so I can teleport, or excuse me, levitate. I just use Levin with it, and then I have Dead Ringer for actual boss fights because the skill is broken. What do I mean the skill is broken? I mean you can literally have no other skill except for the Redoubted Bolt and Mirror Shield, and you're going to be able to beat any boss in the game eventually. Like, you just have to take care of your stamina use. I could demonstrate real fast. So let me go down here before I start trying to run. Alright, so like I said, mobility build. So this skill allows you to run faster than normal, and it's more what's the word? It's more efficient. Then you switch to your staff. Allows you to, travel over cliffs and stuff far easier. And then when you get into a fight, this will protect you and your pawns. Very useful. Just reapply it every 7 seconds or so. And then the LB for Mystic Spear Hand is frankly broken. That wasn't a good demonstration of the LB, but what it basically does, matter of fact, I can demonstrate it right here. What it does is you hit the enemy with it,
No sense letting the enemy
press
gain
A,
the upper hand. The early
immediately
gets
land a
the
critical hit.
word, as they say.
Impressive, Master.
The only thing you really need to be good is a decent weapon so that you can deal halfway decent DPS. Because honestly,
If we
the rest of Mystic
master
Spear
that
Hand's
attack,
skills
we will
kind
be
of suck.
invincible.
Like, I had a real issue trying to figure out how to use a lot of that stuff. But honestly, you
Just yonder looks
don't
to
need
be a
it.
good spot for harvesting ingredients.
I say we collect as much as we can carry.
So mobility focus for exploration, ease exploration. Now I'm right back in the city. Alright, so that has been my build.
I never thought things would turn out this way.
No, stop running. Why are you running? Why are you running? Anyway. Yeah, peace.